Okay, and these are more like stories, but they're really embarrassing to talk about. But I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys anyway. I recently got this bottle at work, and it's like really good. Anyways, let's get started. I need to put my wine glass down for this because I need to tell this story. So the first one, I took like this huge dump at work and somebody else was in the restroom. Most embarrassing thing of my life. Literally, I'm still like, damn, that was fucking embarrassing. So our floor has like, or our floor that we had, because we've moved locations, but the floor that we had like its own restroom area. I mean, each floor did, of course. Like, we didn't have our own restroom in our office. And so I really, really needed to go. So I went out to the restroom, and it had 3 stalls. 2 of the doors were open, and the last stall, the door was closed, but it was like one of those, I think a disabled restroom or whatever those restrooms are called, handicapped restrooms or something. And it was closed, and I thought to myself, I'm just gonna go in, and if I don't hear anything, then I know that that door is probably just closed, like it just closed on its own, but nobody's in there. You know, because usually when somebody walks in the restroom, when I'm in there, I'll like shuffle my feet, or I'll like pull on the toilet paper, or or something, you know, just to let somebody know that there's somebody else in the restroom. And so I peed, and I didn't hear anything. Like, I didn't hear like a toilet flush or shuffle, toilet paper roll, nothing. So I thought, nobody's in here. You know, it's safe for me to go. So I go, and it's like kind of bad, but not like crazy. Okay, it was like kind of bad. Okay, if I'm being honest, it was kind of bad. And while like, I guess like I'm finishing up or whatever, the other toilet flushes. Literally, I'm sitting there and I'm like using it, and I was like, there's somebody else in this goddamn restroom. Like, oh my God, I was so embarrassed immediately. I was just like, oh my God, I hope they don't know who I am. You know, I just like freaking exploded in here. And there's fucking somebody else in the restroom. And I don't hear this person like getting up, so I'm thinking they did a drop flush or something. I don't know. So I flush the toilet, and I'm trying to hurry up and get out, you know? Because I'm assuming this person's also using the restroom, but just hasn't made much noise. Maybe they were already finishing up. Don't know. Anyway, so I'm like trying to hurry up, and I'm washing my hands, and then the door unlocks, and they're coming out, and I'm like, no! They're gonna see who it is, you know, like who this person was who was just like blowing up the restroom. And it was the lady across the hall, the other receptionist, and I was like, great. So I was there washing my hands, and I was trying not to laugh because I was so embarrassed, and it was just so funny that this other person who I see every day who doesn't work with me like heard me in the restroom, you know. So I'm there, and she's like, hello, and I'm like, hey, and like I'm trying not to laugh, and then once I leave the restroom, like I open the door to leave, I just burst out laughing. Oh my God, it was the most embarrassing thing. Second story. That was a long fucking story. Anyways, another embarrassing thing that happened to me is during college, I fell during one of my finals, like going down to turn in my final. It was an auditorium class. So I was sitting like in the middle area, not really at the top, but I wasn't sitting at the bottom. And Odessa was taking that class with me. And I finished my final. It was history. I don't remember which history, like American history or like what, but I remember it was history. So I get up, and I'm going down the stairs to turn in my freaking final, and I like miss the last step. I don't know. I think I'm looking at him, and I'm not thinking that there's more stairs. I think I just started walking. And I fall, like, oh my God, it was so embarrassing. And then the professor was kind of like, oh, because like I was kind of getting up, so it's like he didn't really know if he should help or if I already had it, or, oh my God, it was the most embarrassing thing, because there was still like some students there. Like, it wasn't a full classroom, but, so I turned in my file, and then when I turned around, I'm like, oh my God, everybody just saw me fall. Thank God this is like the last class, or like the end of the year where I don't have to see these people anymore, you know? And then later on, whenever Odessa came home, she's like, oh my God, I saw you fall. And she said that she wanted to burst out laughing. And I was like, thank God you didn't, because I probably would have turned red and been like, oh my God, I just want to die here and fall in a hole or something. Okay, number 3, another really embarrassing thing. This happened whenever I was like 15. My friend Veronica had a quince, It was at the H&H Ballroom in Austin, and she had one of those videographers who was like video camming the whole thing. And the guy said, do you want to say something to be recorded for Veronica? And so he was like recording somebody. I want to say it was Amanda, or maybe it was Valerie. I don't remember who he's recording. He's recording somebody talking. And I like, because I'm being stupid and silly, and I run over that and I'm like, bah! And I literally like fall when I'm in the middle of doing this retarded thing. Him recording, he's not just like, oh, and then like I fall and then the person continues on. He like follows me down, and then as I get up to go like run off because I'm so embarrassed, it was like... And then later on, whenever Veronica gets her video back, she has like a little mini party to watch the video. I didn't go, not because of that. I don't remember what I was doing. I think I was working or something. And so I couldn't go. But they're like, we saw the part when you fell and it was so funny. And I was like, wow, that's so embarrassing and I have to relive this all over again. Okay, this fourth one is a little bit more recent and it's so super embarrassing. Oh my god. This happened like last year and we had like a party. We had friends over. I don't remember for what, like what the celebration was for. But anyways, we had some friends over and we got super drunk, and it was me, Sebastian, Jaime, and Jessica. Everybody had already left. We were all out in the backyard. Sebastian had went inside, I think to go make more drinks or do something. I don't remember why he was inside. And I had told Jamie if he could jump the fence that's in our backyard, because we have like a chain link fence. And the other day, Sebastian and I went out there while it was dark, and he made me jump the fence because we had accidentally kicked our soccer ball over and the little kids never gave it back. And so I wanted the ball back, so we were kind of waiting for it to be dark and for the kids not to be out there so that we can jump the fence and go get the ball, you know? And so when I'm jumping the fence, it's all like wibbly wobbly and I'm laughing the whole time, and Sebastian's getting all mad and everything that I'm not hurrying up to go get the ball, but I'm like, seriously? Anyways, so Sebastian's like, I could have done a better job, and I was like, well, why didn't you? You know, you made me jump the damn fence. So I'm telling Jamie about it, and I'm like, can you jump that fence? Like, are you able to jump the fence? He's like, yeah, I can jump that fence. So he jumps it like nothing, and then he jumps it back over, and I'm like, okay, whatever. But I guess him doing that, the neighbor was like looking in his, well, not really looking, he was more so just like hanging out in the dining room area where you can see the backyard from his house. He was wondering what we were doing, so he's just staring at us, and we're all still drinking, and then Jaime and Jess are like, the neighbor's staring at us. And I was like, no, he's not, and I don't think I had my glasses on. But to me, it looked like a couch. Like, it didn't look like somebody was sitting there at a dining table. It looked like a couch. And so I was like, nobody's sitting there. He's like, yeah, they is. So I get up and I look more towards like where our patio is. Like I go more to where like one of the beams of the patio, and I'm looking, and to me it still looks like a couch. And they're like, no, really, that's your neighbor. He's looking at us. So I wave. I go like this, and I wave, thinking that it's gonna be nothing, and I can turn around and be like, see, guys, it's nothing. But then the dude gets up, and I'm like, oh my god, right? And I'm drunk, and I'm like, great, I just called over our neighbor, and I just look like, and then they only speak Spanish. I don't know any Spanish, so I'm just like, great, pretty much, you know? I fucking live here, now I gotta deal with this. So he comes outside, and I'm like, no habla español, you know, all fucking stupid and stuff. And then him and thank goodness Jamie knows Spanish, so Jamie's like telling him or whatever, not really what happened, but the guy's like, so what's up? And Jaime's like, oh, nothing. They tell me what they said in Spanish later. Oh, not much, you're just out here drinking. And the dude's like, oh yeah, well, I saw you jump my fence. And Jamie says something like, oh yeah, I was just showing her that I could jump the fence, but you know, nothing's really going on. And he was just like, oh, okay. And then Sebastian comes outside and he's like, what's going on? You know, like what the hell just happened while I was over in the kitchen or using the restroom, whatever he was doing, for these like 2 minutes that all this shit went down, you know? Super embarrassing. And so then he walks off, like going back to his house, and I'm just sitting there like, I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. I mean, sometimes I'll still say hello to them, but I just feel like they're like, oh, that drunk girl. The big thing, I mean, it's not too embarrassing, this thing, but it's a little embarrassing of what happened. So this happened years ago. I would say maybe like 4 years ago. No, maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. My parents were gonna go on a cruise, and they asked me to go over to watch my little brother, take care of the house, and watch her cat and all this stuff. So I'm like, okay, cool, you know, I go over, and it's like a Thursday, Friday, and through the weekend. Or wait, no, I don't think so. I think they went like on an extended trip. I want to say maybe I was there from Monday through Sunday. Something like that. I was there for a good minute. And I'm there, I'm at the house, my parents are like, take care of our cat. Well, it was mainly my mom's cat. And I was like, okay. Everything's going well for like pretty much the whole week. And then the day before, I go outside and my mom's cat is like dead in our driveway. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, why did this have to happen right now? Why couldn't this happen when she was home? Because now she's gonna think maybe I did something, or I don't know what it was, but I was like, fuck, you know, I got a goddamn cat. It's dead out here. That's my mom's cat. And she's gonna be so mad, and she's gonna say I didn't take care of this cat. So I was like, fucking shit. So I didn't say anything, like, at all until they came home. Because I think, and so does my dad, think that it was like poisoned or something. Because it was just laying there and it had like blood coming out of its mouth, but it didn't look hurt. You know, like it didn't look like it got attacked by anything. So I was just there to tell him, like, this just happened. Don't know what happened. Wasn't my fault. I don't know what's going on, you know? But I did feel really bad about it, and I guess it was kind of embarrassing because I was like, shit, they asked me to come over. Well, at least it wasn't like my brother who, you know, got hurt or something. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next time.